I wanted to quickly cover a tactic that when I discovered it made a lot of sense to me what was going on around me. I was homeless at the time, living in my truck, and I was going to I'd wake up around 7:30 or so. Usually end up at Safeway around, or wherever I was at, but I had a Safeway nearby this particular spot. And so one morning after waking up in my truck, I like to try to be as clean as possible, and I needed to do my morning constitution. So I went ahead and went to the Safeway around the corner. Fresh, early morning, clean. Bathroom was absolutely spotless. Go in and do my deal, wash my face, get done, make sure everything's nice and clean the way I came to it. I like to leave things the way that I find them. And as I open the door to leave the bathroom, there's a man waiting to use the restroom. And I'm like, good morning, walk past him. I was only there to use the restroom. The restroom is located at the front of the store, pretty close to the entrance. As I exited the store, I was feeling around for my keys, and I realized I was halfway to my truck. I didn't have my keys in my pockets. I figure I must have left them in the bathroom. I run back to the bathroom. On my way of running back to the bathroom, I think I may have knocked on the door. I was only gone for 45 seconds. Maybe it couldn't have been a whole minute. It couldn't have been a minute. Because I was just going from the store to my truck where I would need my keys, and anyway, it was less than a minute. The person opens the door and just runs out of the bathroom. Runs past me. I asked him if there was any keys, and he just shook his head and kept going. And I'm like, that's weird, but it's morning time, maybe he's late for work. I go into the bathroom. It's a single stall type bathroom. It's not a bathroom that has multiple stalls. It's like a single entry, so there would be nobody else in there. There was a crank pipe crushed on the ground. There was toilet paper and trash or something all over the sink. It was completely trashed. And so this is how I discovered how it is that they were marking me at public libraries and grocery stores by basically going in, creating a mess after me, especially one that's marked with alcohol or drugs, or making it look even worse, and basically putting me, I guess, partly on and this is just one facet. This is a small tactic. The tactics that I see are much more complicated, using a very similar kind of like they have you like swinging at what looks like imaginary bugs or whatever. Sorry, I'm not trying to make a joke out of this. There's nothing funny, but I think some of you may understand what I'm saying. But more importantly, what they're doing is they're giving these people, whether it's Safeway, whether it's the public libraries, these half-baked stories, but they're including very incendiary, made-up narratives to make sure that the stories stick. So in other words, what that person was going to do, if I hadn't have come back to look for my keys, what that person was going to do was go and say, I had to use the bathroom, so I went in there, and that man that just came out before me left this mess. So they'll check the video, they'll see me, I go in, I come out, he goes in, he comes out. The thing is that there's a big gap there. But for the person being told the story, especially if it's somebody from around their area, then it's going to be somebody that they, if it's a local. And you have to understand that this was Santa Cruz, California, where surfing localism and all that kind of stuff is very, very, very it's prominent, that kind of bullying and things. But you mix that in with zealots, religious zealots, or people who are believing the false narrative, and they will definitely run with this. And expand on it. And so this happened way back in 2017. Their tactics are much, much more, very much more complex now. Much, much more. Thank you for listening. That's just one small example. This stuff goes on almost daily. By the way, the keys were on the seat of my truck. The keys were on the seat of my truck. Obviously. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you.